Warning: stop eating these 5 nuts immediately. They are killing you. If you're over 50 and still reaching for nuts every day, thinking they're always healthy, this may be one of the most important warnings you hear this year. Some nuts don't just slow your progress, they quietly damage your joints, raise inflammation, stress your heart, and drain your energy over time. The scary part: most people eat them believing they're doing something good for their body. Aging bodies react very differently than younger ones, and what once helped can now hurt. Staying strong later in life isn't about eating more, it's about eating smarter. If this message feels important, please subscribe to the channel so these reminders reach you when you need them most. Like the video to help others over 50 see this warning, and comment below which nut surprised you. Your experience may help someone else stay healthy longer. Peanuts should be avoided by people over 50 because they are one of the most inflammatory foods commonly mistaken for a healthy nut. Despite their name, peanuts are actually legumes, and aging digestive systems often struggle to process them properly. As digestion slows with age, peanuts can ferment in the gut, increasing bloating, discomfort, and low-grade inflammation that quietly spreads through the body. Some doctors warn that this type of chronic inflammation places extra stress on joints, muscles, and blood vessels, making everyday stiffness and aches feel worse over time. One of the biggest concerns with peanuts is their high risk of mold contamination. Peanuts grow underground, where they are exposed to moisture and fungi. Research has shown that peanuts are one of the most common sources of aflatoxins, which are toxic compounds produced by certain molds. Even small, repeated exposure can burden the liver, an organ that already works harder with age. Doctors often caution that an aging liver is less efficient at filtering toxins, allowing these harmful substances to circulate longer in the body. Over time, this toxic load can weaken the immune system. Seniors may notice they get tired more easily, take longer to recover from illness, or feel generally run down without a clear reason. Medical experts explain that when the immune system is constantly distracted by low-level toxins, it cannot focus on repair and protection. This can quietly accelerate aging and increase vulnerability to infections and chronic disease. Peanuts are also high in omega-6 fatty acids, which are not harmful on their own but become problematic when consumed in excess. Modern diets already contain too many omega-6 fats and not enough anti-inflammatory omega-3 south, according to nutrition researchers. This imbalance promotes inflammation throughout the body. For people over 50, this may translate into worsening joint pain, swollen fingers, knee discomfort, or stiffness that lasts longer in the morning. Another concern is how peanuts affect blood sugar. Peanuts have a relatively high glycemic impact compared to many true nuts, especially when roasted or processed. Some doctors note that repeated blood sugar spikes contribute to insulin resistance, which becomes more common with age. Even without diabetes, unstable blood sugar can lead to fatigue, brain fog, and increased hunger, making it harder for seniors to maintain steady energy throughout the day. Peanut products such as peanut butter may seem soft and easy to digest, but they often contain added oils, sugars, and salt. These additions place further strain on the heart and blood vessels. Cardiologists frequently advise older adults to reduce sodium and inflammatory fats to protect blood pressure and circulation. Regular consumption of processed peanut products can quietly work against these goals. Joint health is another area where peanuts may cause harm. Inflammatory foods have been shown in studies to worsen symptoms of arthritis and joint degeneration. Seniors dealing with knee pain, hand stiffness, or hip discomfort may not realize that a daily handful of peanuts could be contributing to ongoing inflammation. Doctors often recommend elimination trials, and peanuts are commonly among the first foods removed when inflammation is suspected. Peanuts can also interfere with mineral absorption. They contain compounds that bind to minerals like zinc and iron, making them harder for the body to use. As absorption naturally declines with age, this interference becomes more significant. Low zinc can weaken immunity and slow wound healing, while low iron can worsen fatigue and shortness of breath, symptoms often dismissed as normal aging. For people over 50, the issue with peanuts is rarely immediate or dramatic. The damage tends to be slow, silent, and cumulative. A little inflammation here, a little toxin exposure there, and gradually the body feels heavier, stiffer, and more tired. Many health professionals emphasize that aging well depends on reducing hidden stressors, especially those that quietly burden digestion, immunity, and joints. Avoiding peanuts can remove one common source of unnecessary inflammation and toxic exposure. Doctors focused on healthy aging often stress that food choices should support the body's natural repair systems. not constantly challenge them. When the digestive system is calmer and the liver is less burdened, energy improves, joints feel lighter, and the immune system functions more effectively. For seniors seeking strength, clarity, and comfort in later years, peanuts are a food best left off the plate. Cashews should be avoided by people over 50 because they place hidden stress on blood sugar control. Despite their creamy texture, cashews contain more carbohydrates than most nuts. Doctors explain that aging bodies process carbohydrates more slowly, leading to sharper glucose spikes. Over time, repeated spikes increase insulin demand, making it harder for cells to respond properly and maintain stable energy levels as age-related metabolic flexibility naturally declines with years. Blood sugar instability becomes more dangerous after 50 because it affects multiple organs at once. Endocrinologists warn that frequent glucose swings promote fat storage, especially around the abdomen. This pattern raises the risk of insulin resistance, even in people without diabetes. Over time, unstable blood sugar contributes to fatigue, cravings, mood changes, and gradual weight gain that feels difficult to control during later adulthood. For many older adults today, worldwide, cashews also place strain on kidney function, which naturally declines with age. They are relatively high in oxalates, compounds known to contribute to kidney stone formation. Nephrologists often advise older adults with reduced kidney efficiency to limit oxalate-heavy foods. Repeated exposure can increase discomfort, urinary issues, and kidney stress that may remain unnoticed for years as aging bodies lose filtration strength and recovery capacity over time naturally, occurring gradually inside. Joint swelling is another concern linked to regular cashew consumption in seniors. Inflammatory responses triggered by blood sugar spikes can worsen fluid retention in joints. Rheumatology research shows that metabolic inflammation aggravates arthritis symptoms. For people already managing joint pain, even small dietary triggers can increase stiffness, morning swelling, and reduced mobility throughout the day, especially during aging-related inflammatory conditions, common after midlife years for many older individuals worldwide. Today, cashews are often consumed in roasted or flavored forms, which further increases their impact. Processing adds sodium and industrial oils that burden the cardiovascular system. Cardiologists frequently advise reducing these additives to protect blood pressure. For older adults, excess sodium contributes to swelling, circulation problems, and increased heart workload, compounding the metabolic stress already caused by cashews during regular consumption patterns over time in daily snacking. Habits common today worldwide. Weight gain after 50 often occurs without increased food intake, and cashews can play a role. Their calorie density makes portion control difficult, especially when chewed mindlessly. Nutrition researchers note that aging appetite signals are less precise. Regular cashew snacking can quietly add excess calories, leading to gradual fat accumulation that stresses joints, the heart, and metabolic health over months, years, and later life. Dietary routines. Brazil nuts should be avoided by people over 50, especially when eaten daily, because they contain extremely high levels of selenium. Selenium is a trace mineral the body needs only in very small amounts. Nutrition researchers explained that just one Brazil nut can contain more than the recommended daily intake. Aging bodies are less efficient at regulating excess minerals, making seniors far more vulnerable to overload than younger adults. Selenium toxicity does not usually appear suddenly. Doctors warn that it builds slowly when high selenium foods are eaten regularly. Early symptoms can be subtle, including fatigue, digestive upset, metallic taste, or changes in mood. These signs are often mistaken for normal aging, allowing excess selenium to continue accumulating in tissues over months or even years without being recognized as the true cause. One of the most serious concerns with excess selenium is its effect on the nervous system. Medical studies have linked high selenium intake to nerve irritation and damage. For people over 50, this may show up as tingling sensations, numbness in hands or feet, muscle weakness, or coordination problems. Neurologists explain that aging nerves are less resilient and recover more slowly from mineral-related stress. Thyroid function is another area at risk. Selenium plays a role in thyroid hormone regulation, but too much can disrupt this delicate balance. Endocrinologists caution that excess selenium may interfere with hormone conversion, leading to symptoms such as irregular heartbeat, anxiety, unexplained weight changes, or feeling unusually cold or warm. Seniors already face a higher risk of thyroid imbalance, making this overload particularly dangerous. Heart rhythm disturbances are also associated with selenium toxicity. Research suggests that very high selenium levels can affect electrical signaling in the heart. Cardiologists warn that irregular heartbeats may go unnoticed until they become serious. For older adults, even small rhythm changes can increase the risk of dizziness, falls, or cardiovascular complications that threaten independence and quality of life. Brazil nuts are often promoted as a soup, which leads many seniors to eat them daily without concern. Nutrition experts stress that frequency matters more than quantity with selenium. Even 1 or 2 nuts consumed every day can push intake beyond safe limits. Unlike vitamins that the body can easily excrete, selenium accumulates, especially when liver and kidney function decline with age. Digestive discomfort is another potential issue. Excess selenium has been linked to nausea, diarrhea, and abdominal pain. Gastroenterologists note that aging digestive systems are more sensitive to mineral imbalances. Persistent stomach upset can reduce appetite, interfere with nutrient absorption, and contribute to weakness or unintended weight loss in older adults. Long-term selenium overload may also weaken the immune system. While selenium supports immunity in small doses, high levels have the opposite effect. Research indicates that excess selenium can impair immune cell function. Seniors may notice more frequent infections or slower recovery from illness, a serious concern as immune defenses naturally decline with age. Hair and nail changes are sometimes early signs of toxicity. Doctors report that brittle nails, nail discoloration, or hair thinning can occur with chronic high selenium intake. These symptoms are often dismissed as cosmetic or age-related, delaying proper dietary correction. By the time more serious symptoms appear, selenium levels may already be dangerously high. Another hidden risk comes from combining Brazil nuts with other selenium sources. Many supplements and fortified foods already contain selenium. When Brazil nuts are added on top, total intake can rise quickly without awareness. Health professionals caution that seniors should be especially careful with overlapping sources, as the margin between adequate and excessive selenium is very narrow. For people over 50, daily Brazil nut consumption is not a safe habit. Doctors focused on healthy aging emphasize moderation and consistency over extremes. Removing Brazil nuts from regular routines helps prevent silent toxicity that can damage nerves, disrupt hormones, and strain the heart. Avoiding this one, food can reduce unnecessary mineral stress and support steadier health as the body ages and becomes more sensitive to nutritional imbalances over time. Flavored or roasted almonds should be avoided by people over 50 because the processing changes how the body reacts to them. While plain raw almonds contain natural fats and fiber, roasting and flavoring expose them to high heat and added ingredients that alter their structure. Doctors explained that heating nuts damages delicate fats, turning them into compounds that promote inflammation, which aging bodies tolerate far less effectively than younger ones. One of the biggest problems with roasted almonds is the type of oil used during processing. Many commercial brands roast almonds in refined vegetable oils that are already oxidized before consumption. Nutrition researchers warn that these damaged oils increase oxidative stress in the body. For seniors, this stress accelerates joint wear, stiffens blood vessels, and worsens chronic inflammation linked to heart disease and arthritis. Flavored almonds are also heavily loaded with sodium. Cardiologists consistently caution that excess sodium raises blood pressure, especially in older adults whose arteries are less flexible. Even modest increases in blood pressure significantly raise the risk of heart attack and stroke after age 50. Seniors often consume flavored almonds, believing they are making a heart-healthy choice, not realizing the salt content rivals that of processed snacks. Inflammation triggered by these additives does not stay limited to the heart. Research shows that sodium and oxidized fats contribute to fluid retention and swelling in joints. For people dealing with knee pain, finger stiffness, or shoulder discomfort, flavored almonds can quietly intensify symptoms. Rheumatology experts emphasize that inflammatory foods compound joint degeneration over time, reducing comfort and mobility in later years. Another concern is how roasting affects digestion. High heat alters the protein structure of almonds, making them harder to break down. Gastroenterologists note that aging digestive systems produce less stomach acid and fewer enzymes. Roasted nuts can linger in the gut, causing bloating, heaviness, and discomfort. These symptoms may appear mild, but can interfere with appetite and nutrient absorption in seniors. Flavored coatings add additional stress to metabolism. Sugar-based seasonings, honey glazes, or savory powders increase carbohydrate load without nutritional benefit. Endocrinologists explain that repeated small sugar exposures contribute to insulin resistance over time. For people over 50, this can lead to fatigue, abdominal weight gain, and unstable energy levels, even when overall food intake seems controlled. Roasting also reduces some of the natural antioxidants found in raw almonds. Studies show that heat diminishes vitamin E activity, one of the nutrients often associated with almond benefits. When antioxidants are reduced, the body loses a protective tool against cellular damage. For seniors, this loss matters because natural antioxidant mixed commercial nut packs should be avoided by people over 50 because they often contain nuts that are already oxidized before they are eaten. Oxidation happens when fats are exposed to air, heat, and light over time. Nutrition researchers explain that aging bodies are far less capable of neutralizing oxidized fats, allowing them to damage blood vessels and tissues more easily than in younger adults. One of the biggest problems with spot mixed nuts is how long they sit on shelves. These products are packaged, transported, and stored for months. During that time, the delicate oils inside nuts slowly turn rancid. Cardiologists warn that rancid fats increase oxidative stress, which accelerates artery stiffness and plaque formation. For seniors, this raises the risk of heart disease, even when the food is marketed as healthy. Low-quality oils are another hidden danger. Many commercial nut mixes are roasted in refined vegetable oils to enhance flavor and shelf life. These oils are often unstable and already partially oxidized. Medical research links these damaged oils to inflammation and endothelial dysfunction. Aging arteries are especially vulnerable, making circulation less efficient and increasing blood pressure strain over time. Excess salt is also common in mixed nut packs. Food manufacturers add sodium to improve taste and encourage overeating. Doctors consistently warn that seniors are more salt-sensitive due to reduced kidney efficiency. Even moderate excess sodium can raise blood pressure significantly after age 50. This increases the risk of stroke, heart failure, and kidney damage without obvious early symptoms. Another concern is uneven quality within the mix. Some nuts may be fresh while others are stale or spoiled. Mold growth, though invisible, can occur in improperly stored nuts. Researchers have found that contaminated nuts may carry mycotoxins that burden the liver. Aging livers detoxify more slowly, allowing these toxins to circulate longer and interfere with immune and metabolic function. Mixed nut packs also encourage mindless eating. Doctors studying eating behavior note that variety increases consumption. Seniors may eat far more than intended without feeling satisfied. This leads to excess calorie intake, gradual weight gain, and increased joint stress. Extra weight places pressure on knees, hips, and the lower back, worsening mobility and discomfort in later years. Digestive strain is another overlooked issue. Oxidized fats irritate the gut lining and slow digestion. Gastroenterologists explain that aging digestive systems already produce fewer enzymes. When combined with rancid oils and additives, this can cause bloating, gas, and heaviness. Persistent digestive discomfort may reduce appetite for more nourishing foods, affecting overall strength and energy. Mixed nut packs often include flavor coatings and preservatives. These additives are designed to extend shelf life, but place extra stress on the liver and kidneys. Doctors caution that older adults have reduced clearance capacity. Over time, constant exposure to preservatives can contribute to fatigue, brain fog, and reduced resilience during illness or accelerates aging. What makes mixed nut packs particularly dangerous is how harmless they seem. There is no immediate reaction, no warning sign. Damage builds slowly inside the arteries, joints, and digestive system. For people over 50 seeking strength and clarity, choosing to avoid commercial nut mixes helps protect the heart, reduce inflammation, and preserve energy as the body becomes. Thank you for spending these few minutes here. Growing older does not mean giving up strength or comfort. With the right foods and small daily choices, the body can continue to support you well. This channel is here to share simple, research-based guidance that helps people over 50 stay steady, active, and confident. Take care of yourself, listen to your body, and join us again for the next video.